Hey everybody, welcome back to my kitchen. Today I want to share a recipe with you that I've never made before. It's not a Pampered Chef recipe, it's something I stumbled across while scrolling through Facebook a few weeks ago, and I've been excited to try it and make it for my family. So it's creamy potato and ham soup. We're going to be using Pampered Chef's all-purpose pot and then one of our executive cookware pieces that comes in the 5-piece set. This is the 2-quart saucepan. So you're going to get to see a variety of different products today. Like always, if you don't mind tapping the button in the corner to share this video, and on the other corner you can like the video as well, share it, and tag me in the post, and I always love to come back and answer the questions that you or any of your friends might have. We are going to start off using the all-purpose pot, so I want to tell you about this just a little bit before we get started. So let me zoom in just a little bit. This is the all-purpose pot, and it is actually 7.5 quart size for the pot. We have the steamer insert that goes right in the top. It's pretty cool. And then we have the lid. You can buy the pot with the lid on its own, and if you purchase that, it's $230. If you buy the whole set with the steaming basket, it's $350. If you're not familiar with Pampered Chef's executive cookware pieces, they're all made of hard anodized hard anodized heavy gauge aluminum. They are reinforced with titanium. They have silicone handles that cover the stainless steel so that these will stay cool to the touch when you're using them on the stovetop. These are oven safe, but the handles will get hot in the oven, so be sure that you're using an oven mitt or something when you're taking these out of the oven. We're going to be using the pot and the lid. I'm not going to be using the steaming basket, but the really cool thing about this is you can actually cook. Let's just say you wanted to cook potatoes in the bottom, or maybe a chili. You could put the steaming basket on the top, and then you can cook something else at the same time. So let's say that you have chili in the bottom part of the pot. Then you could put some of our little prep bowls in the top, and you can bake cornbread at the same time that you're cooking your chili. Another option is you can cook your potatoes in the bottom, and you can put maybe a couple of chicken breasts and some other vegetables that you want to steam right in the steaming basket, and then cover it with the lid. So this is a very versatile product. You can even hard boil your eggs right here in the steaming basket. You're going to boil the water in the pot, and you can put your eggs on the inside of the steaming basket, so they're actually never inside the water. It's a really cool concept, and everybody that's using it for that is just raving about it. So let's go ahead and get started. I've done some prep work. Let me move this stuff out of the way here. We're going to start off with the all-purpose pot. I'm going to put this on medium heat over here, and I've already got some of the ingredients prepped out. So in this small mixing bowl, this is part of our glass mixing bowl set here, I have some diced potatoes, and this is one of our stretch fit silicone covers, which I love these because I can prep food, or I can store food in them. I can steam vegetables if I remove the little steaming bit from the top. You can also put these in the oven if you wanted to. So you've got lots of great options with these bowls. So these come as a set of 3, so they fit the 2, 4, and 6 quart glass bowls that we have as well. I'm going to take the largest size Easy Read measuring cup, and I'm going to pour 3.5 cups of water right into this all-purpose pot while it's warming up. And then I'm going to add in the potatoes that I've already diced. So I'm going to pop those in. We'll let these warm up and start coming to a boil. And then I'm going to get the rest of our vegetables prepped out. So I'm going to slide this over so you can see what I'm doing over here. I'm going to start off with the potatoes, and I'm using the 7-inch Santoku knife. This is part of the Forged Cutlery collection. Has these rivets on the blade to keep food from suctioning to the knife while you're cutting and chopping. We're just going to dice the rest of the potatoes. We're going to add those into the all-purpose pot, and then we'll add the rest of the vegetables as well. So I'm going to start off by just cutting these in half, and I'm working around these knobs on my stovetop here. So then I'm going to slice the halves into 3 other slices. Hopefully you can see that there. And then I'm just going to go back, and I'm just going to dice these potatoes. Now, to hold your knife properly, what you're going to want to do is you put your thumb on one side of the blade at the very top, and then you're going to put your index finger here, and then the other 3 fingers are going to wrap around the handle. So you have a nice firm grip. When you're slicing, you're going to start with the tip of the knife on the cutting board, and you're just going to slide back and forth, where you're sort of leaving the knife on the cutting mat or cutting board at all times. That way you don't have to reposition your knife. So we're just going to dice these potatoes, and since I'm using the flexible cutting mat, I'm actually going to be able to just scoop this right up and transfer it into the bowl. Oops, that one did want to stick. And we're going to use a couple of other cutting tools to chop the carrots, the onion, and the celery, because I want to show you a variety of different tools that you can use in your kitchen. The forged cutlery that we have has a lifetime guarantee, and they are fully forged German steel. They're full tang, so the blade actually goes all the way down through the handle, so you don't ever have to worry about it wobbling off. We're going to use our manual food processor next. We're going to chop up the onion with this. I'm going to slide this over, give you a little bit better view. Take our veggie wedger. You just put your peeled onion right here on the base. You're going to press straight down to wedge your onion. We're going to transfer the wedged onion into the food processor. We're going to use the processing lid by popping open the button here, and it pops the handle up. There's 3 blades on the inside. We're just going to take these onion wedges, place them inside like this, and then we're just going to press. If you're already a part of my recipe group, there is a downloadable cookbook for the manual food processor. So you can go there and download it. If you're not part of the group, you can join the group by typing in my name, Mindy Muscle Banks, add a hyphen and the words Pampered Chef, join the group, and then you'll have access to all of the files there, which includes lots of great recipes, but the manual food processor cookbook is there as well. All right, next up I want to show you our serrated peeler. The serrated peeler is a little bit different from a regular vegetable peeler because you can use this on all the vegetables that you would use a normal peeler for, but you can also use this for things like kiwi fruit and peaches, so things have a softer skin. So you just start at one side and peel, or one end, and peel to the other. We're going to cut these up into chunks, and then I'm going to chop them up with our food chopper. Get this out of the way. I'm going to give our pot a little stir as it's warming up there. And I love using the bamboo spoons. I can just leave them sitting right in there just like our silicone. All right, so I'm going to come back, cut these into some smaller pieces that will fit underneath the food chopper. We're going to do 3 carrots. You could use more or less. It's totally up to you. Our food chopper is probably one of our most well-known items, similar to our stoneware. Everybody knows about Pampered Chef's food chopper. You can chop directly into the cup here, or you can chop on the cutting mat. To use this, you're just going to pound on the top, just like this. Every time you do that, the blades rotate. So you're not mashing your food, you're actually chopping them. I'm going to chop on the cutting mat. To take this apart for cleaning, all you're going to do is twist off the collar, pop this off, the blade cover pops off, and then this opens right up for easy cleanup right on the top rack of the dishwasher. And to put this back together, you're just going to plug in just like an outlet. There's 3 holes, and then there's 3 prongs. You just plug that right in, twist this piece on, and it locks in place. And then what you can do is you can put some of the food under here, and then you can chop away. So it's really easy to use this for carrots. You can use this for any fruits, vegetables, cooked meat, cookies, candy, nuts, pretty much anything you want to chop. People always ask me what the difference is between this chopper and the one that I used on the onions. The only difference is that this one only has a 1/4 cup container that you can chop in. The other one has a 3 cup container, and also gives you the ability to add liquid. You can't add liquid in this one, it'll make a big mess. Alright. And then what we'll do is I'll just funnel this right into our all-purpose pot. And I'll just give that a quick stir. And I'll show you the food chopper on our celery. Works really well for that too. So I'll just come back, take our food chopper again. And you can see how nicely that's going to chop this too. If you guys have any questions or comments, please just comment under the video, and I'll get back to you after the video is over. Please like and share the video so your friends can see this too. Alright, so we'll add this into the pot as well. So far we have the water, the potatoes, the celery, and our carrots. We're going to add some ham. And if you're like me and you prefer to buy your meats from the deli, I love that, but I hate the little Ziploc bags that they come in, and they just don't reseal very well. So when we buy deli meats, what we do is we come home and we transfer the meat right out of the container or the plastic bag and put it into this kind of container here. This is our 8 1/4 cup leak-proof container, and I use these for just about everything that I store, whether it's cookies, brownies, something like that on the countertop that I've done some baking, or you can use it for things like your sliced cheese, your shredded cheese, your leftovers. It's also great for holding things like your flour and your sugar in the pantry. So these are not just for the fridge, they also go in the freezer. The base can go in the oven because it's glass. The lid is plastic. It snaps on all 4 sides, has a silicone seal, so the silicone seal is going to keep everything in here nice and fresh. So you can use whatever variety of ham that you want to use. I'm just going to grab a good bit of this out of here. My husband likes real hearty meals, so I'm probably adding more of the vegetables than, more of the meat than it says to. I'm going to use the same knife that I used before, and this is the 7-inch Santoku knife, and I'm just going to slice like this, and then I'll turn these slices. Whoops, my cutting board's slipping around. I got it wet, and it's not wanting to stay in place, but they're made to stay in place if they're not wet on the bottom. All right, so we're going to dice this, then I'm going to take the other stack and do the same thing, and we'll stir this into the vegetables. This recipe smells really good so far, but like I said, I've never made this one before, so you guys are getting to experience this with me at the same time. So I'm going to transfer those in, scrape that off. It's starting to bubble. It's not quite to a boil yet, but it's getting close. So I'm going to stir this. And then now we're going to add a few bouillon cubes. The recipe actually calls for 3 of these, but these are extra large size bouillon cubes. I just buy them in the box. It's just a little bit more than $1 to get a box of these, and there's 6 extra large cubes. So we're just going to toss this in. This will add some nice flavor to our soup. All right. As always, if you have any questions, just please comment, and I'll get back to you when the video is over. I'm going to put the lid on this. And I think I'm going to get a little bit more water to add to this. Y'all hang tight just a second. All right, I'm really bad about measuring ingredients, so I just sort of throw everything in, and I think it needed a little bit more liquid. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take the small 2-quart saucepan. I have 5 tablespoons of butter in here, and you always want to use real butter rather than margarine, at least in my opinion. Let me turn this eye on. I want to make sure I get the right one on since I have prepping on here as well. So I'll bring this over here so you guys can see what I'm doing. We're going to melt the butter, and I'm just going to use the same bamboo spoon that I have here, and we'll get this started melting. And then what we'll do is we're going to add a 1/3 cup of flour. We're going to add that right on top of the butter. I'm going to come back over here because I have a better view for you guys. So we're going to add a 1/3 cup of flour, and I'm going to use one of our silicone coated sauce whisks to just whisk this up. We're going to get it nice and thick. We're going to add in some salt and pepper, which I will use our salt and pepper grinder set. I love this. We have the peppercorn medley and the Himalayan sea salt, which is something that we sell in the Pampered Chef catalog, so you can get that online from me if you want. We're going to add in just a little while 1 cup of heavy whipping cream and 1 cup of milk. You could use half and half, but I had heavy whipping cream, so I'm going to substitute that because I already had it, and I know that that's going to add more calories, but it'll probably make it taste a little bit better too. We're going to press some garlic in as well, so I'm going to just go ahead and do that right on top of the milk. So you're going to take your garlic clove, you don't peel it or anything, just toss it right in here. Press this down. There's a little cleaning tool on the handle, so we'll pop that off. Give this a quick squeeze so you guys can see what we're working with here, and scrape this off. And then you'll press this piece in to release the paper skin on the other side. So then you can just toss that, and then this will go right in the dishwasher for easy cleanup. So I'll set this aside for the moment. Let me check on the butter. We're getting that nice and melted here. And then I'll come stir the soup. You can see all that bouillon has melted or dissolved in there. So this looks more like chicken stock now instead of just water. It smells so good. All right, I'm gonna let that butter melt just a little bit longer, and I'll show you our cheese grater. So this right here is the Pampered Chef's coarse grater. So this is the microplane coarse grater. You can see the blades there, and the food holder just slides right up like this. You're gonna take your block of cheese. We're gonna just use some cheddar cheese for this. And lock that on, it's unscrewed. You're gonna just pierce the cheese right here, and then you press on the top, and while you slide up and down, you'll easily shred the cheese. All right, if you end up with this little sliver like this, that'll just be your snack, or you can just let it melt in the cheese like we're gonna do here in just a little bit. So we're gonna put this right in. We're gonna shred a little bit more cheese. Our butter is almost melted. And if you're not shredding your own cheese already, I highly recommend that you do that, because when you buy the cheese pre-shredded at the grocery store, it's gonna have a special ingredient added in there to keep your cheese from clumping and sticking together, and that is cellulose powder, which is basically a fancy name for ground up wood fibers, which is sawdust. Turn this heat back up. I'm gonna stir this, and then we're gonna start whisking in the flour. All right, and I measured this flour with one of our stackable measuring cups. This has a set of cups that range from 1/4 of a cup all the way up to 1 cup. They snap together, and they even come with a little leveling tool to go along with it. So I'm gonna whisk this butter and flour. It's already really thick, so let me show you guys what we're working with here. So you got a really thick paste, and I'm gonna start adding in our milk and cream. So you want to slowly pour this in. Normally I would pour and whisk at the same time, but with this other pot in my way, I'm just gonna go a little bit at a time here, because you don't want that flour to get lumpy. There we go. So we'll go ahead and pour the rest. I'll whisk that in. So this is the milk, and then I have the garlic already in there. I'm gonna reduce the temperature on our soup a little bit. It's definitely boiling now. And we're gonna slowly pour in the heavy whipping cream. And like I said before, you can substitute half and half. Actually, I'm substituting. The recipe calls for half and half, but I'm using heavy cream. And basically the only difference is that this will have a more creamy taste to it, and the fat content is gonna be higher, so it'll probably taste better this way. So we're gonna add some salt and pepper. And then I'll just whisk this a little bit. All right. You guys can probably hear that I'm getting a free facial. All right. So I want to let this cook just a little bit longer so that those vegetables have time to soften up. So I'm going to turn this down to like a medium low, and I'm going to continue to cook this milk and cream mixture till it thickens up just a little bit, and then I'll actually pour that in to the soup, and then I will stir in the shredded cheese at the very end. So I'll be sure to post this recipe in the comments. This is actually going to be our lunch today, so we're going to eat this for lunch. I'll share the recipe with you guys, and please like and share this video with your friends as well. Let me know if you have any questions about anything, and if you try this recipe, I would love to hear what you think as well. So I hope you guys all have a great day. Thanks again for joining me.